all that out there, although
this is where we find out we have not been. We don't know anything about these teams that they've been scrimming for the.
all that out there, although
This is where we find out we have not been. We don't know anything about these teams that they've been scrimming for the.
all that out there, although
This is where we find out we have not been. The bands changed a little bit though. I saw teams banning about these teams that they've been scrimming the first three. So they were just like, screw the carry heroes, we're going for like team fight and just lane dominance, and then it would be like an alchemist last.
that's just a continuing thing. Was also the CM, which is weird, a little bit weird, because we didn't really see it as much as we thought we were going to see it at Hamburg the week before.
We saw a couple, I think Secret ran it a few times.
But it wasn't as popular as we thought it was going to be. Wyvern as well, actually, kind of disappeared a little bit, didn't it, at Hamburg, and again popped back in at DreamHack. Got a second round ban here.
Team still feels kind of weak to me. I'm surprised it was getting first 2 picked personally at Dream League. I think it's okay to get like.
Yeah, and this looks like, as you mentioned, feels like any of these teams definitely want to pick up an Ogre. We see that a lot where you just buff your main carry, Morphling, and really likes this. So I'm going to see an Ogre. No Phoenix ban either. Not the greatest against Morphling and because they hit so fast, but
I like the Lina ban. I think we saw a lot of Morphlings get a little, I guess what would be exposed, sitting too low on HP, just getting Lagooned.
Yeah, we saw that many times to the Miner.
Yeah. People, you just don't expect this Aether Lens or this cast range talent on the Lina a lot of times.
Earth Shaker.
YapzOr. Earth Shaker makes a lot of sense. That guy is a god. And against the Wisp, always tethered to Gyro, you can just slam that guy pretty easily, because you always want to group up.
You guys think we'll see the Axe's support or core this game?
Not too sure. I think it might just be core. Now they have a Shaker to at least like fissure block the lane if they want, and we're gonna see. I mean, that lane is gonna be literally just manipulation of the creep, right? They're gonna be cutting the creep waves and all that. IO Gyro is actually one of the betters though versus the Axe when he's cutting. You're speedy, so you actually catch him a lot of times and get several kills.
Yeah, but then you have the Earth Shaker that can just block them off easily.
Yeah.
So I think it's Axe core as well. I don't think you want Earth Shaker Axe in support. Doesn't sound the greatest. But you never know when it's Puppey.
Yeah, that's kind of why I asked as well. And it's, the Axe as a 5 kind of started because this hero does, Axe secure your carries found pretty well. You just running people with Battle Hunger and Spin, start right-clicking them.
Morphling support.
Please no. Just let Nisha always play. Honestly, that guy's like the best Morphling.
The guys in the J.Storm room have probably heard us and they're like, what are they talking about? Morph support.
Okay.
Undying. Okay.
This is one of the better heroes that we've seen picked to deal with the Axe, and if he's lane versus him, but it doesn't look like he'll be lane versus him right now. But you really like this hero, right, Bull?
I love Undying. This hero is just crazy when you don't have the right heroes to deal with it. From a position 5 support can do so much, and really like J.Storm's lineup right now. It's the kind of lineup they need to be able to beat Secret. With the strong laners, can just snowball the game, and J.Storm is not... They don't have weak players, so if they do get that good start, they can just snowball the game.
Do you think, are you concerned at all that they have no lockdown for the Morphling on their 2 supports?
That'll be a problem, but
that's probably one thing I'm looking at.
They'll address it. I'm sure. They're professionals at a major. They know what you're doing.
They want something that can hit, because right now they only have them. Morph's pretty decent at it, but you don't want him focusing the whole time on that, so probably secondary range hero for Secret.
Very interesting.
It's like the Weaver type heroes that could work. I think what that'd be like Weavers, Maranas. Clinxes against the eye could be good, but then you're getting this with Morphling. So, yeah, okay, Weaver. Again, no disables on the supports. So they've got now Weaver and Morphling that are going to be skittering and waveforming and running through the fights without being controlled whatsoever. So J.Storm, they really need lockdown. Yeah. This kind of raises the question of how Secret are going to lane this once again and play like some of these heroes in different roles. Like, is Weaver going to be a support? Is Axe going to be a support or a core? It's still very much up in the air what Secret can do with this.
Looks like Axe Shaker supports and the Weaver off, but we have seen 4-position Weaver now a couple of times lately too. So
they also have this 3-4 swap thing going on in the team.
They do.
But if they go Weaver support, I feel like it's a little bit too slow this game.
Yeah.
You kind of usually go the Axe on Weaver, but it will take too long, and there they get a little bit locked down.
Yeah.
It's still not that insta stun. Like most Morphlings try to get like a morph strength off before the center stun hits.
Yeah, has to be a big wind up.
Yeah, if they're ready, if they're expecting. It feels like the only way J.Storm can win a matchup like this is if you need a good laning stage. If you have a bad laning stage, you're not going to beat Team Secret. No way.
10 seconds.
So they do pick the very strong laners right now. I wouldn't mind if you just went all in with like a Dragon Knight or something.
I like the Trunk ban a lot. One of the go-tos for me when I see IO Gyro. Just throw down the rum. Gyro can't. The flak is completely mitigated. You have a great catch that fits the lineup too.
I don't know what they want for mid now they ban Kunkka. Okay, Miranda.
Miranda on the other side. Okay.
I'm not crazy about Miranda.
Comfort hero for Bryle is probably part of it.
Yeah. I like the other 4 heroes though, if they get the lane setups.
So, yeah, I mean, the one thing is very easy to read. So, Team Secret should know what kind of lanes are coming their way. I guess you don't know which side lane's going where if you're trying to dodge this Undying center lane. And they're gonna last pick Monkey King.
Oh, that's MidOne's hero. He just loves this hero.
Wonder if they're gonna be trying to put him against like this center Undying. It doesn't necessarily sound amazing even for a Monkey King against those 2 melee bruises.
Oh, he's gonna get
I think it's gonna be Nisha mid though, right? With the Morphling?
Yeah, it's an axe Puppey.
I think it's Nisha.
Puppey axe.
Yeah, they could do that, I guess.
I think it's...
But I think Monkey actually loses even against the center Undying.
Yeah, he loses badly, for sure.
I like J.Storm's lane setup and everything, but I'm 100% agreement with Gods. I think Weaver as well as Morphling, they're too elusive. I think at one point, if they get too farmed, he's going to turn into the gyrocopter and he's going to flak off of the tombstone and kill probably everybody.
Alright, okay. There's the predictions then. Let's bring in our commentary team for game number 1 and say good morning, gents. How are you doing?
We're doing amazing, Red. We were actually just sitting here watching the draft unfold, and Kyle was hoping the entire panel would go with Team Secret so he could tell them all they were wrong.
Perfect. What a great start to the day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching my boys in J.Storm take this. And
okay, and I hope.
Yeah, maybe I'll swap places with Bulldog right after the cast so you have some real...
Yep, we can do some 1v1 with Bulldog and you, that's fine.
Well, that didn't go so well for me last time.
And this guy's clueless, honestly.
We'll see. Hey, look,
guys, take it. It's all yours. Take it.
All right. Well, I'm Toby1. I'm here with Clueless, and we're going to cast our first series of the day. Of course, we were talking about the draft at the very beginning, and the second you saw the IO Gyro come together, you were just like, oh, they've messed it up.
So I think Secret won the opener really hard, but at the same time, J.Storm, when you play them and you first pick Wisp, you're going to expect the enemy side to first will morph. They were okay with that. They went for the Gyro anyway, and I really like their second phase. I think if they play this game fast enough, there's not enough tower pressure and tempo on Secret to be able to starve a map against the high mobility. Like every hero on J.Storm can play fast.
But that's also the picks, right, of Team Secret. You're mentioning it during the drafting phase. Like they've kind of doubled down. Like they went in with the Weaver, they went in with the ES as well. Like it's just really the tempo that Team Secret wanted to have, like to actually give J.Storm the space for the IO and Gyro to be a proper combination.
I think they're fine with it. This is just their style. They like to play greedy. They usually run. They're the only team I've seen able to play Earthshaker properly with a hard 5 like melee hero, and I think Puppey's axe is probably the best axe in the world right now as far as support position, and Zai's gonna go for that like build up item into axe build, and if they get to that timing, Blink axe, Weaver axe, all of a sudden the J.Storm burst combo of like Centaur stun into Mirana are like they have no real method of bursting anymore, and that's when they start to lose fights.
Looks like the rune's going to be nicely split out, no issues there, even though March was having a little bit of a tussle with MidOne on the bottom lane. Should also mention the fact that Nisha is taking that Morphling towards the mid, and it's MidOne taking the Monkey King down towards the south lane.
This is a tough matchup for Mirana. It's deceptive because in the previous iterations of Dota, you'd expect a Mirana to win the lane, but since Harass is no longer a viable option to win lanes, the 15 base damage or so advantage that Morphling has, actually it's just 12. That's very significant, and Nisha's Morph is one of the best.
Did you want to actually explain that one, why Harass is no longer the way to win a game?
Well, you just ferry yourself regen, and it's significantly more difficult to gank mid because it just doesn't happen anymore because there isn't as much value on kills. You need to stay in lanes. Every side lane is 2v2. You can't afford to go gank mid, and if you're missing, like really, what are you going to be doing?
Yeah. And Puppey has to be a little careful down here on the bottom lane. He's got Forev and March looking to have a little bit of fun. I'm only saying that because Puppey's losing some life with the continuous decay. But Forev, he doesn't have enough damage. He actually went over towards MidOne instead, but they're a little bit split up. But very aggressive with this lane from Forev and March.
Yep, I like how they're playing. If you're an Undying Centaur against a Monkey King, you need to play like this. You can't allow Monkey to just get Jingu stacks and out-harass you over time. Just spam your mana, use the mangoes, and try and find that first blood.
Meanwhile, up on top lane, like Mu and MiLAN, they've also been getting hit pretty heavily, but that's the reason why there's so much consumables on this top lane. It's so difficult for Zai to harass out of the lane. You've already got YapzOr pulling the creep wave a long way down, but that's not stopping Zai from going in deep. Homing Missile will chase him, and Zai is on the run. He should be okay. No, not with the Rocket Barrage. The damage is up in there. Okay. And thanks to the Whisper Balls, they have the damage, and J.Storm build the first blood.
Thing is, they also got an entire wave denied behind tower, so that's nice. Zai was a bit of an overstep, but at the same time, like that top lane is a trade, and that's just an example of how kills are a bit less meaningful now. And you look mid, as you can see, Nisha's taking a lot of harass damage, but he's winning the lane pretty hard.
I'm loving watching this bottom lane too. Like MidOne keeps getting up to 3 hits onto either March or Forev, but he never actually cracks the 4. The Jingu Mastery, like they're just taking it in turns to harass out the Monkey King.
Yeah, this is okay if you're Secret. You want to just have a static laning phase and get all your core items online. You don't win this phase of the game, but once the mid game hits, you start to get some ground.
It's happening again. YapzOr's there for the pull. He's just waiting up on top lane, no matter how aggressive they want to get on the bottom. It's just disrupting up MiLAN as well as Mu, and what can they even do to really stop this?
Not much. Yeah, I like what they're doing here though, stacking the hard camp and maybe try and pull that when the next wave comes through. But this is a really nice way to play with the Weaver. Shaker doesn't offer much in lane as a boots first hero, especially with no regen. But Weaver's perfectly fine, just 1v2, getting what he can and getting that XP advantage, which is going to render him incapable of dying against a Wisp Gyro.
Yeah. It's also always
March.
nice. March, yeah, you're in very, very deep back behind the tower. A lot of damage coming into him. And when the battle hunger, Puppey can finish the job. No real problem for him there. Just kind of finding himself in no man's land.
Well, he was trying to feed himself to the tier 2. Gives a little bit of gold, but no XP, which is really the currency that matters in the early game. After Ice Frog changed death to nukes to 26-second respawn timer. Now everyone just feeds the towers instead. So, nice play from Puppey though, because it's all about that XP.
Yep. You can see it coming. He's going to chase down March as well, looking for that bottom rune. It will be the illusion, but they're going to find the kill as MidOne bounces forward. March trapped inside the river with the Jingu. He's got a lot of life to work with, however, as well. Stick charges Forev will come in to help him out. So Puppey just steals the rune. Nice slap down. March, he knows he's so low. And they chop him down. The Quelling Blade was available from Forev, so he locks in MidOne. The stuns continue, and they're actually going to kill off MidOne. He thought he could find the kill, but it won't happen.
That was really well played by Forev, and that's what you got to do against MidOne's Monkey King. One of the best in the world. You got to be willing to find those trees and cut them down, because you can do that once, as you can see. It's an automatic kill. That's a 4-second self-stun.
March dies again. He was actually back at the tier 2 tower. Slapdowns there for Rev. On the run out. There's no core control from the axe, but it won't matter. Well, actually, maybe it will. The double hook stomp for Rev. Back underneath the tower. He's low, but he'll also have the shrine up in 7 seconds time, but so are the bounty runes. A lot of these are going to go to Team Secret. They're already looking to take the ones up on top too. YapzOr's got Fissure in 1 second time. It's a little bit too long for him now. He'll drop it, but he's already found the bounty rune. Mu and MiLAN may keep the chase going with the Whisper Ball. Zai and YapzOr, they're sharing the load. One quick totem stomp, but Mu needs to move away. Down towards the shrine, and he does not get there in time. And so it'll be up to Zai to hit in towards Mu.
Just to note, one thing Secret did just before that was really just demonstrates why they're a tier 1 team at the moment. You don't really care so much about kills until TPs are on cooldown. So when March TP's bottom, that's 80 seconds he won't be able to return to the lane. That's when you start hunting him aggressively. He had to walk all the way back bottom. That's a free wave of farm and XP for your Monkey King, and a ton of pressure onto the Centaur. Checking out mid lane, Nisha is expected.
Call on bottom, Forev. Okay, Puppey doesn't want to hang around to keep going on that. Nisha in the mid, you're talking about chasing after Bryle.
You're so close to taking out Bryle. Really well played. He immediately morphed, triple leaped in, juked the arrow, and then almost lands that kill. And You see part of the difficulty playing against the Morphling is once he funnels himself regen, he'll be fully HP.
It's amazing too just how long this control is happening from Team Secret. They took the 5-minute runes and then instantly control up to 6 minutes. The Tombstone will be dropped down mid-1. One more or two more hits onto March, and there's your control. Slap down, even clipping Forev in the back line. They can clean up the Tombstone. And Nisha has the double damage rune, looking to actually go onto Bryle underneath the tower. No, he's not going to hit it too hard. Only got the 4 stick charges, or maybe? No, it's still too risky to come that close to the tower. Even with his strength morphing, he's not going to take the risk. Oh, stay again. Nisha, extra help. One person is all we needed. And the YapzOr came in from the side. Risk worth taking.
Nisha, I've been talking with a lot of players. This is very much a Morphling PL Terrorblade patch. The carry players that love that are going to be successful, and those are probably 3 of Nisha's best heroes. His morph is nuts, and as you can see, he has no problem playing on 1 HP. And it's nice play.
It's just so crazy low. Like, that had to be so enticing as well for Bryle just to sit there and go, okay, I can take this. But that's that movement coming in. Bottom lane, MidOne has to make a break for the tree line, but luckily he's Monkey King. So no way J.Storm can keep the control on him. But YapzOr's moving again. He's going to be down here with Puppey. So they're ready to fight. If Forev as well as March want to stay aggressive, they've got no Observer Wards to keep an eye out for this one. They just need YapzOr's Fissure to get that blocking control. They're able to find it as well. Centaur Stomp will be out, but so is the Moonlight Shadow. Into the Invis and away to safety for J.Storm. And in fact, even a rotation. Bryle's hanging around near the top as Moon. As well as MiLAN. They can go after Zai. Weaver donked on the head by the homing missile, but with actually the arrow, yep, it'll connect. No dust available, but they just wait for the Shikuchi to be on cooldown. Then no more to work with.
They have major Morphling problems though. Nisha doubling up the CS of Bryle along with equaling his CS and denies. This is something you're not prepared for as a team like J.Storm. You're coming from the NA qualifiers, right? There's no team that is confident running this against you. You don't think a morph mid is going to not just win his lane, but like dominate it like this. And look at this, Bryle might be dead again.
Ooh, leap forward, arrow will miss, it won't matter. Nisha just copies him and leaps forward. Bryle so up the hill and away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's so hard to do, Toby.
He makes it look easy. And then just turns the pressure onto mid lane.
And the issue with, I mean, Secret, as you can see, they went Morph Axe into a Wisp first. They wanted to play against the Gyro. J.Storm accepts the challenge, but you need to address a Morphling to win a game like this. You wanted to have your Gyro significantly ahead if you're going to take a game and dominate through the mid game, like sweep the map at all times. But at this rate, Secret is perfectly fine extending this laning phase because they're going to have massive advantages in all 3 lanes pretty soon.
I think right now then the critical thing is for Mu as well as MiLAN at one point to go down and actually claim that big stack on the Ancients. Dice is trying to harass them up on the top lane. They're still fine. Like there's 1 charges, there's salves. You know there'll be bottle charges up soon. The 10-minute runes are up in 30 seconds.
But you can see like this is something Secret loves to do where they enable Zai, they get all those pulls, and now you have a level 6 Weaver. You can play completely independent. YapzOr is free to continuously hunt mid and hunt bottom.
Yep, and there's that hunt coming in for Rev. He'll able to get the stomp that may help him break towards the trees. Mirana's TPing in as well. They'll drop down the Tombstone as MidOne cracks into the ulti and they relocate down. But the damage onto MiLAN is so high, they've almost found the kill, able to back up. The cooldown creates some space and MidOne trapped inside of its own ultimate. It's a 2-for-1 trade-off. Nisha wants to get out of here as the bounty runes are getting picked up too. Secret, they're actually going to claim all 4 and the Invis rune for Nisha to escape. No, Moo just walked in close. Puppey, he just ran after him. Moo will have himself not only a triple kill, he wants to hunt for a little bit more. Homing missile, another rocket barrage into Nisha. He's got 5-1 charges and he's a Morphling, so they won't find the kill. But that's still the greatest fight that J.Storm could have asked for on bot lane. But they're going in again. Nisha under the tower. TP supports arrives in the forward. MiLAN. Bryle jumps forward, but the fissures up from YapzOr too. He's got the Echo Slam available as Nisha backs up once again.
Yep. And the way Secret's draft composition comes together, that's a good example of how the mid to late game is going to go, where you have these 3 support heroes in there, 3, 4, 5, because Zai really plays as a support because they don't have an off laner. They just have 2 4s. All of the supports enable the cores of Secret. So Nisha's not going to just have like an Axe Taunt to bank on. There's going to be an Ags on Weaver at some point, and then YapzOr's Fissures. Like, Nisha's able to play so aggressive this entire game thanks to that peel.
And they're going again. It's MidOne and Puppey being aggressive on the bottom lane. March is nearby, Soul Rip, and then the call. Both of them trapped inside, but Forev will at least get the double edge on Puppey to do some level of damage, but then up on top, Fissure is nice. The call down will connect onto Zai. He's got 10-1 charges, so he'll be fine and dandy. And they'll get away, but hey, look at this again. Nisha, has he got it? Yeah, he's got it.
Like, how do you play against this? Nisha has 1200 HP. He's hitting for 130 almost. Bryle is 81 damage. But his tower is dead. Like, you can't play against Morphling anymore. And this is why we brought up in the pregame. We're looking at heroes. I've looked through the list with Fogged. We don't actually know what beats Morphling anymore. Heroes like OD, Puck, AA, they're not picked. How do you beat a hero that has 80, 90 damage at level 3?
You patched to 7.20. That's the answer, right? We changed the meta.
I mean, you also have one of like, you just have this smooth level 10 talent plus 10 agility. Love it. 1,000 gold of agility. Thank you.
J.Storm's finally getting that big stack up, and Mu, he knows he needs a huge chunk of this. Team Secret, vision-wise, they're a little bit too far away. That's why the Observer and Sentry went down pretty early from J.Storm. They're ensuring that this stack, this injection of money and levels, all go to them. Monkey King. Well, even when they push in the bottom lane, like Forev is just standing guard. They've still got Stampede to get in or out, so that's a great stack up for J.Storm. They needed this momentum, and what are they going to shift it into? A fight on bottom lane? Are they ready for this?
Looks that way. Both, I mean, Secret's playing this perfectly. They keep a core in both other lanes. They have 3 heroes playing a little defensively, inviting J.Storm to make this play. And if they dive the tower, you're going to have heavy response coming in immediately.
Yeah. Zai does have his TP on cooldown, so he can't join them just yet. In fact, Nisha's heading towards the top lane. So it looks like they want to try and get some level of trade-off. Even though Bryle's going to hit his level 10 in mid. J.Storm, they're coming in pretty deep. Just slap down the gyrocopter. Here comes your first TP. Puppey able to get that call on for a move, but now the call down. You do get the ulti out for the Monkey King, but MidOne taking so much damage so quickly. They burn through him. Mooney's more life. MiLAN can't provide it on Kenny. The Echo Slam. The attack from the tower follows him out. YapzOr has the double kill. March and Moo. That's M&M's all over YapzOr, and they're going to chase after MiLAN to another Fissure. Nisha. Adaptive Strike secures the kill onto MiLAN, and that just stops the push.
You don't really notice it, but Morphling takes over the gyro, and then obviously casts all the spells, including Flak. That prevents MiLAN from making any defensive maneuvers. His Urn got cancelled, all 3 of his bottle charges got cancelled immediately, and all of a sudden Moo's thinking that he's going to be near indestructible, but he's not getting any sustain whatsoever from Wisp because there's no ability to regen him through that AoE.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So you can't kill him, and he can become your strongest asset in the fight. This seems problematic to say the least.
Very problematic.
Especially when you don't have that axe pickup, when you don't have that ability to control him in the fights. Now they're going to let the Fissure off again. Perfect slap control. And they can just turn their attention over towards March, but maybe not. Relocate comes in from Mu. Turns on the flag cannon, chasing down YapzOr. He's got a fair amount of kills under his belt, but he'll blink away. Homing Missile will keep the chase going. And it's now, well, Nisha. Well, yeah, he'll strength morph. He'll take the entire team, especially when Zai comes in through the north. And MidOne will rejoin the engagement too. They need more damage. They need more control. Nisha's going to kill off March, and they can finish off the Tombstone as well if they would like to. But it's underneath the tier 1 towers. Zai's not done yet. He has time left. He knows he can get away from the fight. Homing Missile will chase him, but how many times must these fights happen when the bounty runes come up? This is now, what, 3 sets of bounty runes in a row where Team Secret take all 4?
I mean, they're playing such a brilliant game.
And they got Mu dead. YapzOr. The blink is up. They'll chase down MiLAN in the trees. Leaping forward, Team Secret. This one is shoved firmly in the bag.
Yeah. They just look like a tier or 2 above J.Storm at the moment, and I think that the way they're playing their draft is perfect. They extended the laning phase. They've taken every bounty rune, as you said, totally in control of all the team objectives, and Bryle just getting outclassed by Nisha. Both of them up-and-coming players. This is their first real chance on big teams Nisha played with Kingwin, but didn't really have the greatest success, but he's proving that he belongs in that discussion of elite players.
Yeah, he missed a big LAN title, any kind of, like, even top 3 placement. I think the closest he got was 8th at a LAN event with Kingwin. Now, claiming Hamburg, only a few weeks ago. That probability is looking very nice for Team Secret. 95, 96% as we watch it keep going. And this will increase as a tree is currently hunting Moo. It's MidOne, lets out the ulti. They want that control over towards MiLAN, over towards Moo. They do both manage to get outside of the Wukong command. But now support arrives. Marsh just drops a tombstone and the ulti. Sora can keep him alive a little bit longer, but not long enough. The stacks just increase so easily, and they're chasing down Moo. YapzOr, Fisher timing is always fantastic. The cooldown won't hold, but the flat cannon, damn. Everybody away. That was even a good farming mechanism for Nisha. He's going to have a BKB soon, so even their magical damage is going to be, like, nothing.
I love the way Secret itemized as well. The supports don't go for the sustained support style item because they're both rushing Blink. Bottom lane, they're going to try and kill MidOne. It won't work. But the cores then collect, like, they go more of this mid-game style. Zai gets the urn. Zai gets the medallion. That allows you to roach easier. He goes for Ags next, whereas Nisha and MidOne, they go Echo Saber and then Morbid Mask and Dragonlance for the morph. So it's all about getting to using your gold as efficiently as possible to increase both your survivability and your damage, and that enables your supports then to be a little greedy, rush Blinks, which then dominates mid-game team fights.
It opens up your drafting as well, right? Like when Puppey sits there going, well, okay, can we actually run both support ES as well as Axe? Like this isn't range harass. This isn't like ensured stuns at the very beginning. It's definitely not ensured team fights. But it comes at this point when you see YapzOr with level 1 Echo Send just ready to jump, and he's also staring down the barrel of an Aghanim Scepter.
Yes. And it's just such a niche, I would say already the pickup of this new season. Puppey's tried so hard to find like the diamonds in the rough.
He had Ace before.
Nisha's just on another level. How many carry players can go mid as morph and dominate like this?
March is so low. Zai, he manages to bait out the hook stomp. Where's the extra support? There's already a time lapse back. YapzOr's got the homing missile on him. But they're not jumping for anything. Puppey's on top lane, pushing towards the tier 2 tower. So Gyrocopter, Moo TP's up underneath the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but Puppey feels it. They're already starting the retreat. His blinks off cooldown in 2 seconds time, then to be out of range of Moo. And that is exactly what happens. No one's overboard, so they didn't see them in deep. They didn't see the Moonlight Shadow being triggered, I don't believe. But either way, Team Secret dodge any aggression from J.Storm.
Yep. It's just near possible to play with J.Storm.
Stampede won't save him either. The arrow flew in from Bryle, but it came way too late.
Yep. And this is what Bog touched on in the draft as well. He liked what J.Storm did up until the Mirana last pick. It's just not a strong enough hero. It's one of those... He's won the draft. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, God, indeed. Moves on the run, but you can't run from this. Nisha just keeps converting out. He's wondering who he wants to hit, but YapzOr, the perfect double's done. At this point, you may even just want to, like, you have to see the light at the edge of the tunnel somewhere. You're 17k gold behind Team Secret on every single part of your map. You do not see a way to kill the Morphling, and you still have to understand this is a best of 3, so at least they have a second chance to fight back against Secret.
And I think that Secret's kind of proving that when we leave you a hero and we want you to take it, you probably shouldn't.
It just feels too good. Like it's Admiral Akbar.
It just they're too strong at these meta strategies at the moment. Like I don't know why I picked J.Storm, honestly.
Well,
I forgot that Secret had won every LAN they played at thus far this season, and they had more first IO Jara. I feel like that.
And this is the kind of draft that can do it. MiLAN just cannot regenerate Moo off enough. The Echo Slam from YapzOr, he commits it. They want that Gyro dead. But you can definitely feel like it felt like J.Storm in the 3rd and 4th pick was starting to get some level of answers, but maybe 1 and 2 was just too far behind because Nisha, he just goes in deep. They stampede up, but really they're not running anywhere. They're not going to be able to stand anywhere. And then the double slap from MidOne. How many times can Team Secret just chain stun, and blast them off?
Nisha's incredible, man. He's played a flawless morph game, like absolutely flawless. And that's what Puppey and Team Secret have been looking for this entire past year, is that while Ace, Fada, those are incredible players, I think Nisha and Zai just are that step above that enable Puppey and YapzOr to look like the fantastic players they are, because they just have these incredible people to play around at all times.
Oh, Puppey's got the call again over on Moon. MiLAN's going to stick around with him, however. Nisha, still okay if he wants to initiate in. He has the Aegis, the Immortals, that second life. They break the tier 3 tower, but Team Secret be wise about this. They'll back up a little bit. Shrines are now open. Not to mention, it's just, well, they're under no pressure. Right now, Team Secret have this game firmly in their grasp, and it's up to them to lose it. J.Storm can only just hope for an opening. Not that I know exactly where that's going to be.
I don't think there's going to be one Toves.
Zai actually hasn't, like, with the Aghanim Scepter, even anyone they want to go on, he's just going to time-lapse whoever he wants, and then J.Storm's aggression goes down the drain. Like, Morphling is properly unkillable now.
Something teams like to do before team fights.
Nisha's baiting him. Nisha's totally baiting him right now.
He has Aegis still, too.
Yeah, he's got Aegis, he's got a time-lapse Zai who's standing right on top of the Dire Observer. So at least J.Storm have information. What do you do with
you don't, like,
information?
as a captain, you want to set up a team fight to tell your team how you want to approach it and win. But what's the answer? You need to stun Weaver while 100-0ing a morph with BKB. But you only have one stun.
Well, they go for Zai. There's your Stomp out, and the arrow to connect, and they do find the kill. It's something. It's 3-2-3. But the goal for the death of Zai. Axe locked up as well. Cooldown as well. Moon wants to create a little bit of extra space. Bryle still has no control of the arrow, and these stuns, they keep chaining, but here we go again with Forev. That blink deck finally allowing him to be the aggressive force that J.Storm needed. But Nisha, flat cannon is up, and Forev, you don't have the life to tank through this. Nisha is beyond godlike. He's now 13-0-7 on this morph.
At this point, he can win the game by himself, and MidOne could just continue jungling. All he needs is the supports and a bit of peel. But he still hasn't used his BKB charge. He's got enough gold for a Scotty. This is pretty over.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. But you had a glimmer of hope. The fact that Centaur was able to blink forward, he got separated from the rest of his team, which was not really what he desired. But you found the kill. They were able to burst one of the heroes down, even if it isn't the Morphling. Like, they took out the other best thing. It's the Aghanim Scepter Weaver, the free Aegis of the Immortal.
Yeah.
So they picked their targets nicely, and that's at least a good sign going into the rest of this series that J.Storm, even though they're down and out, they're still able to find something and coordinate even when they're under pressure. And now they're going to look for a new target. Observer, sentries, everything's down. Hooks up for Nisha, burns the BKB. YapzOr comes in for the Echo Slam. And March evaporates, but that's BKB and Echo down. But also no one dying.
The thing about J.Storm's lineup is it's very mid-game, it's tempo. They only have that one stun, so to your point, they found the kill on Weaver, but they can't find kills on anyone else. Their draft is meant to get those kills and then push aggressively. At like 10 to 15 minutes, you have map control. When you're in a position like this...
MidOne throws down the Wukong command with the call down. There's a homing missile, they'll connect onto him as well. Forev's waiting, his hookstop is back off cooldown, but the future holds them out for now. It's the Sentry Ward, the Stair Puppey able to get the calls only over on the IO. That frees up Moon to keep the attack going. The Centaur jumps in MidOne so low, the fly cannons reaching out to him, combining with the Undying units, but it's still not enough. The Monkey Kings can survive, and who's the one really making the sacrifice? It ain't Nisha just yet, he is low, and they finally bring him down. The money goes to Moon, 900. They're looking to actually get back-to-back kills. It's YapzOr as well. A double kill for the IO, so money in for him. The mech will be there. And Team Secret, they prove they can bleed, or at least drip, in the form of Morphling.
Yeah, it does certainly feel like the closing half of the movie 300, where yes, Xerxes can bleed, but is it really enough to win the war?
If only those reinforcements came sooner.
It is nice, though. You're finally going to be able to make Wisp Gyro look broken. It's picked primarily because when Wisp hits level 15, you get that Tether Grand Scepter bonus, and all of a sudden Gyro gets a free auto attack every 1.1 seconds, even when disabled. So that gives their damage output a significant boost, but the problem is that bottom 4 networks are all J.Storm heroes at the moment.
Yeah. It's still not a pretty picture for them, but it's a glimmer of hope, and we'll take any kind of glimmer.
Yeah, it was also just that there was it's such a slow kill onto MidOne.
Oh, the sentry was. They see March just blink forward. He thought he was fine. He had an Invis rune. They dropped Observer and Sentry in the mid lane, and once again, J.Storm's going to start up a fight. Get out of there, Forev. Oh, the slap down misses from MidOne. So Forev will be able to back out.
Oh, great.
This is this point when MiLAN almost wants to start with connection to Forev. Give someone else an Aghanim Scepter upgrade at the beginning and switch targets.
Dire's top shrine is
Ooh. Like, so a Centaur's only great to get you out of there. Mirana's not that much to work with. Here they jump in forward, MidOne into the Wukong. Come on! Echo from YapzOr, perfect hit. There's 2 locked down as well. They stampede up with the hook stop. It really only connects on 1, and it ain't the MidOne. He just BKB'd, charges forward. There goes 3. It's 4 as well. March is unwillingly dragged out, and J.Storm, they're pushing up the daisies. 3 heroes with no buyback available, and it really looks like that glimmer, well, it's gone. GG!
If you looked, that ward sentry combo saw that gang coming. The dire sentry ward about 100 units away from the ward. Secret, perfectly set up. Easy, well executed. Really not much to